this when they signed with the shoe company. Big get for Nike. And I think, GA, a huge achievement for Shea. Great open look there. Shea's got 6 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Passes it to Beal. Back to Thomas. Bagley with the block.
Bagley timing that one well and intimidating.
Healed with the bucket.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Bagley with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bagley. For the Wizards, Miami comes in for Davis Bertans, and it's Ish Smith in for Beal. And then for Sacramento, Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Bagley. Bogdanovich comes in for Trevor Ariza, and Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Hield. Just 5 to shoot. Miami kicks to Bryant. Sacramento grabs the miss. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Second shot opportunity, and Shea with the layup. He's got 8.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Bounce pass, Smith. Nice ball movement by Washington. Shea with the block.
Crazy to think scouts were saying that Shea didn't play with enough heart. That block showing you that he wants it.
Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Wizards trail by 12. Knocks it loose. Thomas with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte. To the inside. Mahimi. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Shea with it. Working on Bryant. Shea again. Shea's got 12 in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now, here's Thomas. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. The drive by Shea. The second chance effort, and the bank shot is good. And the Kings lead by 14.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Thomas kicks to Bryant. Back to Thomas. Pass to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Thomas, no good.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him. Well, it's been some time since Isaiah Thomas was the all-star guard that he once was, bouncing around the league the last couple years and trying to find a spot where he can regain some of his form.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Smith the pass to Thomas. Now here is Smith. He's guarded closely. Outside Bryant. Thomas surveying the D. Fires the 3. Thomas with another miss.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Sacramento making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Wizards trail by 16. In the corner, Miles with it to end the cold streak. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Thomas against Joseph. In the corner, Miles with it. Back to Thomas. For the three. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Just 3 on the clock. And Shea with the basket on the assist from Bogdanovich. Shea's got 18 points in the game.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
And so it's Sacramento with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes.
Ever since I was a little boy, I always...
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
You know, wanting to show he still belongs. That fiery competitiveness is why his teammates love it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Kings here, they've been really putting on a show, guys.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
At the forward spots, Miles and Hachimura. Thomas is out there with Ish Smith. And it's Mahimi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. So for the Wizards, Troy Brown's checked in for C.J. Miles, and John Wall subbed in for Thomas. And the Kings also making a change. Bielitsa, he checks in for Yogi Ferrell. Wizards passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Smith the pass to Mahimi. Over Joseph. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's now 22 points for Jay.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Ball against Barnes. The Wizards with another miss. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Hornets. And now Wall running the floor all by himself. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Jay.
He is a monster in transition. Wall operates in the open court at an elite level. I'm not sure there's anyone who finishes better on the break.
Jay drives in. And the dunk by Jay.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Wall draws the double. Mahimi kicks to Wall. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Count it.
And how about Wall? Just phenomenal at taking it to the defense with that lightning quick first step.
On the wing, Jay. Offline with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Smith the pass to Mahimi. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
And Washington making a change here. Beal's checked in. Murray's checked in for the Kings. The drive by Jay. And the dunk by Jay.
Zero hesitation to take that on the inside. Shea aggressive on that. A great year for the Kings last year. We're in the playoff hunt right up until the very last month of the season and ultimately came up short. But those guys will be hungry to want some postseason play this year.
Buries it from 3-point range. Shea's got 29.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Mahimi against Bielitsa. The shot by Mahimi, no good. And Brent, as you mentioned, the Kings came up short last year, but you have to think the playoffs are in their future.
Thinking about the playoffs would be nice. They did make a coaching change as Luke Walton is taking over for Dave Yeager, and changing coaches can sometimes disrupt development. Will they continue to play at the same pace that they played at last year? They were phenomenal in the open floor.
Wide open. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Mahimi's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on John Wall.
Really wild to think that there were doubts on Che's commitment to the game. He's proving himself and proving that he can hoop.
Bertanis, he's checked in for Washington. And a change for Sacramento. Fields checked in. He gets that one. 9 points for Wall.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Che drives in. Yep, that one goes in there.
Soft touch. That's a shot right there, Kevin. You got to spend some hours in the gym to get better at, and Che has done that.
And Wall kicks to Bertans. Brown outside. Looking for Wall. He gets it there. Bertans can't get it to go.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
But they get it back. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Impressive how Hield can take contact and still remain laser focused on finishing a play. He plays much bigger than his body.
Well, last season we saw Buddy Hield step into the primary scoring option role for the team. He flourished in that, Brent, and his percentages didn't change.
No, he was a great complement alongside what De'Aaron Fox was doing for them in transition. But a new coaching staff, Kevin, it'll be interesting to see if Buddy Hield continues to get 8 threes a game, which is what he did last year, along with trying to improve other aspects to be more and more consistent on the offensive end of the floor. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Baseline try, and Che with the basket on the assist by Hield. Che's got 38 points.
Ooh, the night is growing here for Che, but he's not one to gloat, during the game at least.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems. Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, it has been a long... Kings haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. And he can't get the first one.
Think about Harrison Barnes when he won an NBA championship in his 3rd year in the league after being the 7th pick in the 2012 NBA draft.
And the Wizards with possession. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
Bogdanovich pretty good at making some...
It's been all about Che for the Sacramento Kings. This has been a remarkable game. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. He's checked in for Marvin Bagley. In the corner, it's Che. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
On the court for Sacramento, Hield and Ariza. They're the 2 and the 3. Che is out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Fox in at the point. Beal finds Bryant. And here's Wall. Covered by Che. Just 4 to shoot. Wall attacking. Softly drops in the floater. Wall's got 14 points.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And the dunk by Jay.
Jay showing a little bit of a mean streak right now to his game. Thinking dunk, getting dunk.
Wizards have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Down low, here's Bryant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Official. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for the Kings. Corey Joseph comes in for Trevor Ariza. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
And it's Bryant missing. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The finish. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And it's all about getting to the right spot. And Hachimura did just that in transition.
And they double up Jay. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Miami's checked in for Thomas Bryant. On the inbound. Poke loose. On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on a 14-6 run. And it's blocked. Now Jay. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Takes it off the glass.
Hard work inside on the basket. Jay silencing some of the doubters out there in terms of his effort.
Outside, Wall. Jay with the block. And they double up Jay. Now the pass to Joseph. Shoots a fader. Beal pulls it in.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you want him taking that kind of shot.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on to Aaron Fox.
And Wall has said he wants to be in the MVP conversation moving forward. A terrific floor general with unreal athleticism.
Davis Bertans checks in for Hachimura. And a change for Sacramento. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for De'Aaron Fox. Beal drives in. The kick out to Wall. Pass to Brown. Back to Wall. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Jay outside. And another one.
Once again, he's hit the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance, GA, has tied him for third most 50-point games in a season. He keeps just delivering one great performance after another.
I can't believe he has matched Kobe's 10 games of 50 points. Just shows the level of greatness we are witnessing this season.
And Washington making a change here. Thomas is checked in.
Literally doing a
and
behind the back
change
up the
for
court.
the Kings. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Buddy Hield. Thomas passes to Beal. Shea grabs the miss.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. And that sends Shea to the free throw line. It's on Isaiah Thomas. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Washington. Farrell's checked in for the Kings.
They're rare to see a four-year college player out on an NBA floor, but I think it helped Shea develop on the floor and off.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball.
Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
And the wide open shot from Miles. And nothing is falling for him right now. The drive by Shea. And Shea throws it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last strip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. Here's Thomas. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, and Kevin, they'll never admit it, but a road trip like this one is the last thing they want to see. When you are letting games slip away from you, like this team has recently, you do not want to be in hostile territory.
Barnes against Thomas. Good. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
You want to settle for something going away from the basket, aggressive with a finger roll.
Shea drives in and got it. Another basket.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Smith up top. He is covered by Bogdanovich. Passes to Thomas. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Terrific job by Smith to dish that one off to his open teammate right there. Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
To the paint, Mahimi, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Shoots. Kept alive by Sacramento.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that cross. So,
yes, that goes in.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And Miles kicks to Smith. 5 to shoot. Snatched away. And they're pushing it up. Here's Farrell. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. Farrell's got 5 now.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
1:39 left to play in the 3rd. Thomas, no good. Sacramento's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Lays it up off the glass. 67 points for Shea.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Here's Thomas. 12 points for him. From downtown, it's hauled in by Jay.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is. Thomas is out there with Wall. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Davis Bertans. And it's Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Shea with the block. And he gets it back. And they're able to recover. Beal can't get it to go.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
He got it again. Sensational. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Shea outside. Here's Holmes. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
All with it, out guarded by Murray. Dirgenis. There's another block. You've got to have a better effort against him.
Sending back everything.